Hey there, welcome to today's podcast. This is the continuation of the series where we are talking about how to move from resistance to resilience. So, this is our podcast number 4 on the series where you're moving from resistance to resilience. And we are talking about using conscious methods to achieve this. So, today we are going to talk about how we can connect with the deities and how they help you to shift from resistance to resilience. And we are also going to explore some spiritual dimensions of resilience today. Why we should explore these spiritual dimensions and how these divine connections that you create with the deities can help you create major breakthroughs in your life, and how you can also, using this energy as the medium, move beyond time and space. So that is the theme that we are going to explore today in our short podcast. You have any questions at any time, please feel free to post them in the chat. I will either answer them during the chat, or I will make a video and explain it to you. So what we will learn in this episode, we will learn about who are deities, what are deities, and understand the divine consciousness and the spiritual guides. Deities are expressions of divine consciousness, and they are our spiritual guides. And why do we need deities? Why do deities matter in our journey, right? Why are deities important in your journey? Because when you become friends, let's say you are friends with a wrestler. Hmm? And then if somebody threatens you, what will you say? I'm going to bring my friend, huh? Right? You don't even have to ask, but you just mention that friend's name. The other person will be intimidated. Friendship, confidence, and you will learn to stand up for yourself. How many times we say, I don't want to create a fuss. I will just walk away from this. Let me be invisible. Let it get over. Right? No. When you have deity close to you, their presence transforms you, your presence transforms others. It's a cumulative experience, right? And in addition, there is a framework, and this framework is called paths of devotion, 9 paths of devotion through which you will access any of these deities. So this is like an open framework, these 9 paths of devotion. But the most important and the most surprising and the most precious thing for you to know is how you are liking, how you can create your own Ishtadevata. Ishtadevata concept is unique to Hinduism. All sections of Hinduism, you have this concept of Ishtadevata, your favorite deity. Your favorite deity helps you to discover the purpose of your life, to connect with your chosen divine form, and move you to the next level. Just because you have one Ishtadevata now, don't think that will be permanent. It can change. For many people, Ganesha will be the starting point. Then they will like Shiva or they will like Devi because he's connected to both. So, Ishtadevata concept is such a open frame concept that allows you to personalize your strong, deep connections with the divine. And you will learn how to move into higher possibilities, tap into spiritual energy that gives you profound resilience, because you do not need the same type of energy. You do not need the same type of feeling and happiness and everything happening. You actually need different types of thinking in different situations, right? We'll talk a little more about it. And of course, if you are a new person, new to Hinduism, or new to this whole concept, if you're confused, if you need more assistance, coaching is always available. So in this video, I urge you to watch and learn how divine connection can help you to break through resistance. You will discover powerful devotional practice to deepen your resilience, and you will understand how life unfolds beyond your personal participation. These are all beautiful things that amplify what you already have, or what you think you have, or what you think you know. Each one of these will get amplified by that. Isn't that a beautiful space to be in? So let's dive right in. And I want to ask all of you to type in the chat if you understand who deities are. They are not like gods who live in heaven. Deities are divine energies that have come and settled in an embodied form. The deity energy of Ganesha, the deity energy of Shiva, the deity energy of Parashakti, the deity energy of Muruga, they all seem to be the same, yet there are subtle differences. Why? Because they serve different purposes for humans. They have a different purpose for human journey. That human journey, when we are on our human journey, you need spiritual guides. For example, let's say you are really facing a lot of attacks from outside. You will think, oh my God, I need to fight this, right? Or hopefully you'll choose to fight, not flight. So when you're ready to fight, you'll think, what strategy should I use? There's a deity for that. If you're going to war, you can choose Muruga strategy. Or if you're facing a huge army, you can take Devi strategy. There is examples for everything that we undergo in our life, which these divine beings came down to earth to live and show to us. These are all representations of those real beings who lived many, many, many centuries ago. These they act as our spiritual guides. That is why deities are very important in the consciousness-based traditions. Your transformation will only be supported if your source is firm, is secure, is deep. If your source is shifting, if your source is always confused, if your source is, I don't know what will happen, I cannot rely on my source, will you manifest anything with confidence? You will not be able to manifest anything with confidence. That is why deities are necessary. When you look at people around you for support, you may or may not get it. When you look at things around you, you think, oh, I just wish this happens for me. It may or may not happen. But when you go with the deity, when you explain what you want to the deity, when you ask the deity to fill in all the gaps The deity will support your transformation. That gap that you asked to be filled will be filled by the deity through experiences, through courage. I'll give you an example. I was about to take my driver's test. Okay. And I learned to drive very late. I was already in my 30s and I learned to drive because I came to the US. And then here I'm trying to learn how to drive. And my drive test is already there. And I sat in the car and the inspector, the drive inspector came and she said, okay, now start the lesson by backing. So I backed. And when I backed, somebody came suddenly. She said, stop, you failed the test. Instead of giving ticket to the person who was speeding and who came, she said, I started the car before checking the surrounding. So I failed. She didn't even drive. She didn't even let me drive. I was so disappointed. So then I was praying, why did this happen? I need that license. So please help me. So I can only go after 2 weeks. If I fail a test, I have to go only after 2 weeks. So I went 2 weeks. Same lady came and had already told, I don't want this lady. So when this same lady picked up the pad, I was like, no, no, this cannot be happening. No, no, this cannot be happening, right? Then I took a deep breath and I said, it doesn't matter. We just have to go with this test because now I'm not in a position to panic about this. I've practiced well for 2 weeks. Let me just go and do it. So we sat. She asked me to back off. I again backed off. This time she didn't have any comments. Then she asked me to do all the usual things, stop in the signal, turn here, do this, do that. So we did all those things. And then she asked me to do a L turn, and that's not usually my strong point, but I did that as good as I could. Then parallel parking, all those things over. Then she asked me a trick thing to do. She asked me to drive backwards into a driveway, which is not a part of the exam. I hadn't practiced that, right? So now I had to. So now I had to improvise. I didn't know how to do it. So I said, I'll do it. Just give me a second. Took a deep breath. And then I said, okay, I'm going to do exactly reverse of what I do when I'm driving forward. And you as a deity has to pull it from the back. I don't know how I'm going to do this because I've never practiced it. So I'm saying, now you're going to pull it from the back. And I didn't doubt that this is going to happen. I wanted license that day. That's it. And it's the second time. Come on. Right? So there I'm sitting. Then I closed my eyes and I just prayed. Come on, Devi, you're going to pull this. I'm going to go there. Then I started backing into somebody's driveway. I was right between the pavement and their driveway when their garage opened. And I stopped. I said, their garage is open. Now I cannot go into the driveway. Then somebody came out and they asked why I was backing up. I said, the officer is here and she wanted to test me by backing up. He just looked at her suspiciously and he said, is that a part of the driving exam? Because you're only supposed to do anything on the road. And then she was like, oh, I apologize. You don't have to do this. Like I had asked her, why are we doing this? But she didn't say anything. I just felt that Devi's presence was there. She just transformed the whole situation. I didn't panic. They didn't panic. So I felt the deep connection with the deity. This is one way of connecting with the deity, right? There are 9 ways in Bhagavatam. There are 9 ways in which you can connect with your deity. One of them is like I did. Hey, you're my buddy. You must help me, right? Being friendly. It's called mitratva. Being friendly, establishing friendliness. But the deeper connection with the deities begins with listening. Listening about their story, listening to their songs, listening just to their name, glory. Listening is the first one. It's called Shravana. Second one is called Kirtana, where you sing, where you dance, where you enjoy the vibration, the presence, or whatever you want to call it. Third one is called Smarana, where you listen to something and then you come back and then you, like a cow, chews on the cud, right? You just sit down and chew on it, chew on it, chew on it. And then you say, aha, that Leela was amazing. Oh, this one. Oh, I remember this. This was so sweet. Oh my God, that was so ferocious. And all this remembering and enjoying it like a chewing the cud, smarana. Especially if you have a guru or if you have a Ishtadevata, remembering their mantras, remembering their stories, remembering their songs, remembering their kirtans, all these will put you in that space. It will move you to upper and upper levels. That is smarana. Then you can do pada sevana, where you offer puja, where you offer just seva. mm, Offer like a deity seva. You just say, okay, I'm going to stitch a dress, I'm going to make ornaments, I'm going to decorate with flowers, just seva. Then archana, where you offer daily rituals, puja, and all those things. Then there is dasya. Dasya is very unique relationship where you say, I am your servant. Oh Bhagavan, oh Devi, oh Parashakti, I am your servant. Take care of me. You don't want any individual identity. You want to merge with the divine. That is called as Dasya. Then you have Sakyam. That is when you're friendly. Hey, I'm your buddy. Take care of me. Sakya. Friendliness. You treat the divine, your Ishtadevata, as a friend. Such an amazing tool. I'll tell you one story. When I was young, I heard this, and my grandparents live in Kerala. So when we used to go there, we used to visit the most famous temple for Krishna in Guruvayur. So this story is told in Guruvayur, and it is very famous. There was a lady who used to live outskirts of Guruvayur. She was a single mother. Her husband died in a war. She had a small son, and she had to send him to the Gurukul. That was in Guruvayur. He's young. He has to go alone because he doesn't have any siblings. His mother is a widow. So she told him, there is an older brother for you in the forest. Just call him Gopala, Gopala, Govinda, Govinda, Gopala, Gopala, Govinda, Govinda. If you get scared, if you hear anything, um, if you get scared, just shout to him. He will come and he will rescue you and he will take you. So this child asked, so why doesn't he come and live here? Oh, he takes care of cows in the forest. That's why he doesn't come and live. Oh, okay. Remember, 7-year-old child. So this child, he goes every morning. He's a day scholar. He goes every morning. He's a day scholar. So every morning he wakes up early in the morning and then he's crossing. It's a rainy season, one particular rainy season. And there is thunderstorm. All these things are happening. There is lightning, there's a lot of wind, the monsoon rains which come with wind, thunder, lightning, downpour. All this is happening, and the child is also over and above all this. The child is also hearing the roar of a tiger in the forest. The child is completely panicked. Then remembers what mother told. What did mother say? Your brother will come and rescue you. So he starts shouting, Gopala, Govinda, Gopala, Govinda, Gopala, Govinda. He starts shouting and he starts running. Suddenly, somebody comes from one of the bushes and pulls him aside and says, don't run like that. The tiger will chase you. Come here, I'll take you through a shortcut. He shows him a shortcut to go to Guruvayur. So this child goes. Then every day he says, oh, thank you for this. Tomorrow I'll ask my mother to make something special for you because you're my best buddy. So his mother says, I'll make appam, which is a usual sweet. We make it with rice and jaggery, and we pound it and then we fry it in oil, and it's a very tasty dish. So he brings appam next day, and then he starts calling Gopala, Govinda, Gopala, Govinda, and he comes almost around the same spot, and then he gives it to him, and they both are enjoying eating, and they're walking, and he says, so you're such a great friend for me. And this happens for some days. They develop this deep friendliness, and then one day he makes a leaf crown for his best friend. So with a leaf crown, when we were young, we also used to make it. So we just take all these leaves together and take a stick, and then make a little break that little stick like coconut frond stick, and then we put that, it's like a stitch, and then we make like a crown, and then it has all these things on the top, and we make the armbands, everything we used to make, and it was fun. So he makes all this for him also, and he takes it and he gives it to him, and he wears it, he's very happy. And he goes to the Gurukul, and his friends, everybody tease him. Oh, you don't have anybody. There is nobody who's come. Your mother is alone, so nobody comes from your house for anything. So no, no, no. I'll bring my brother Gopal. I can bring him. He comes whenever. Every day he comes. And the child, in his innocence, he tells, every day he comes. I will call him. So he calls. Next day he goes and he tells him, hey, you have to come to my school. He calls him. He calls him. He calls him. The person doesn't even come. Now he has to go to school empty handed. He's very upset because everybody is bringing them and they're going to the temple. So he very greatly told everybody, hey, I made a crown with leaf. My brother wore it. He's Gopala, he's Govinda, he wore it and all that. Now he's in the temple with all of them are having lot of people. Suddenly his guru sees Krishna is wearing a leaf crown, exactly as this boy had described. This is a real life incident. Then everybody sees, yes, yes, we are confirming, we can see it. And he says, yes, yes, there is a yellow spot on that leaf on the top. I kept it there because it looks like a golden thing. And the priest takes a lamp and he sees, yes, there is a yellow spot on that leaf on Krishna. Friendship, Sakya. When you don't have friends, when you're lonely, your Ishtadevata comes to you. Because of this, you are able to, because you develop so much trust, you develop so much loving relationship, you're able to do the last part of this Navavidha Bhakti, which is Atma Nivedanam. You're able to surrender, saying, I'm Sometimes you may have a little bit of anxiety here and there, but mostly you will be like, it's okay, it will be taken care of. I don't need anything now. Whatever needs to happen, it will be taken care of. No anxiety about the past or the present or the future comes through Atma Nivedan. And this Navavidha Bhakti is like a ladder. It helps you climb through your Ishtadevata. You will break all your resistance. And you will just go on, go on, go on climbing and go on discovering, go on saying, this is who I want to be, this is what I will do. Please subscribe to our channel and share this with everyone. If you have any questions, don't hesitate to post. But I'm going to leave you with a question today. I'm going to ask you, what is your Ishtadevata? Who is your Ishtadevata? If you don't know your Ishtadevata, how can you find it? This is a question I'm going to leave you with. Next week, we are going to delve into the power of listening, which is Shravana. We are entering into the Navavidha Bhakti. I welcome you all to start enjoying this process. I thank you all, and don't forget to leave your Ishtadevata in your comments. See you all next week. Thank you.